Hello, I'm Greg, and I'm a librarian at the Porte County Public Library. Today's going to be the first book talk of the year. Book talks are a chance for me to tell you about some books that I think you might like to read. I'm also going to tell you about some events and volunteer opportunities here at the library. And at the end of this book talk, I'm going to show you how you can use your library's 360 card to check out ebooks. So without further ado, some of the events we have coming up here at the library include the Teen Advisory Board. So this October, the library is relaunching its Teen Advisory Board, or TAB. Joining the Teen Advisory Board is a great way to get volunteer hours. The types of service projects you will do at TAB are completely up to you, the members. This is a great opportunity to make a difference in your community. So try it out. Joining the Teen Advisory Board will give you a voice. You can help determine special projects and give back to your community. TAB volunteers will have a chance to create displays and social media for here at the library. Students in grades 7 and up can participate in TAB for 1 hour of volunteer work each month. The first Teen Advisory Board meeting will be October 20th, and you can register for that event by clicking on this button. I hope that's where I put it. I'm going to move it if I didn't. So register in advance so that we know how many to expect, and so we can set up the room to be safe and socially distant. You just have to click on that registration link to get started. I'm really having fun with this green screen, you guys. I also wanted to tell you about snacks here at the library. So in years past, we've been able to hand out snacks after school because we know that people get really hungry. So here at the main library, as well as the Kingsford Heights location and soon to be the Union Mills location, you can stop by and pick up a snack at the little free pantries that we've got. We put Ritz crackers in there, we put cookies in there, all kinds of snacks for the kiddos after school. So you can swing by there, get a little bottle of water, it's a whole thing. Enjoy them, yeah. Let us know how you like them. So without further ado, let's get started with the book talk. Every year at the start of the school year, I really like to start with spooky stories because everybody's looking for them. It's spooky season, Halloween's coming up, everybody just wants to be a little scared. So I'm going to tell you about 2 spooky books that I think you guys might enjoy reading. So this first one is called Ghost, 13 Haunting Tales to Tell, and it is by Blaise Hemingway and Jesse Ressin. If you liked scary stories to tell in the dark, you're going to love this. So it's one of those books where it's framed as these 2 boys come to sneak out of their camp cabin late at night to seek out Old Man Blackwood, the keeper of the 13 true ghost stories. And they go through all 13 true ghost stories. One of them is called Reflection. It's about this creepy person that's like tapping through the book. Another one is called The Old Pond, and it's about a grief-laden haunted sibling who becomes the victim of the vengeful dead. And on, lots of different really crazy stories, really scary stories. Don't read this too close to bed. So another horror story that I brought for you folks is called Elizabeth Webster and the Court of Uncommon Pleas, and it is by William Lashner. In this book, Elizabeth Webster is hoping to make it through middle school with as little reputation as possible. But when that gets complicated, when star athlete Henry Harrison approaches her one day in the middle of the crowded cafeteria for extra help with math lessons, it's quickly revealed that Henry isn't looking for help with math lessons. He simply needs Elizabeth to help investigate a ghost that has appeared in Henry's house and is asking for Elizabeth by name. As Elizabeth and Henry work to get to the bottom of things, Elizabeth discovers secrets in her own past involving a long-lost grandfather, demons, spirits, and an unsolved murder, in a profession that Elizabeth might be destined for. So those are the 2 horror books that I brought for you guys. But before I get too far, I really want to tell you guys about this really crazy feature over here. So if you click on this button, the Check It Out button, this will take you to the library catalog entry for the ebook for the title that I'm showing you. So if you want to read this book starting right now, immediately, click on that title, and that'll take you to the catalog to check it out. So the next book I have for you guys is called Leonie of the Distant Sea. It's by Erin Entrada Kelly. She also wrote Hello Universe, so if you've read that, she's got a few other things. She's really great. Check her out. If you liked Moana or Avatar: The Last Airbender, this book is kind of like the fusion of those 2 stories. It's really crazy. In this one, 12-year-old Leonie Sararita lives on a fictional island of Sengalida, where people say benedictions to the foreboding Mount Kana and dreaming of sailing on to paradise on Mount Isa. But sailors who journey to Mount Isa never return. When a strange creature on Mount Kana grants Lani a wish, she discovers magic becomes with a price. But her mother falls ill and villagers turn on her, and with everything in ruins, she runs away in search of Isa, and the flower that might save everyone. Along the way, she encounters creatures and plants, and some friendly and some deadly. I really like this book, and like I said, if you liked Moana or Avatar: The Last Airbender, this is great. So let's watch the book trailer for that.
There are stories of extraordinary children who are destined from birth to complete great quests and conquer evil villains. Stories of children who find enchanted doors and rabbit holes. This is no such story. Not all heroes are chosen from birth. Sometimes you choose yourself. Travel to an island beyond your imagination, beyond a vengeful mountain, beyond a haunted ocean, across the distant sea.
Up next, I've got The Good Kind of Trouble by Lisa Moore Ramey. In her first year of junior high, Shayla follows all of the rules, and things are going great. Although, she'd be happy if the boy she had a crush on would notice her. She eats lunch in the same spot every day with her best friend Isabella, who is Puerto Rican, and Julia, who is a Japanese American. Shayla is African American, and she's content with their United Nations trio. Someone starts to question whether Shayla is black enough. She's not sure what that even means. Sure, she's not involved in the Black Lives Matter movement like her older sister Hannah, and she doesn't sit with the black kids at lunch. But why does that matter? But then her friend group is threatened when Isabella gets her braces off and catches the eye of Shayla's crush, and Julia starts to hang out with her more Asian friends. Suddenly, everything is changing, including Shayla herself, as concerns mount over cases of police brutality in the news. Realizing that race does matter, Shayla wears a Black Lives Matter's armband. Trouble follows, bringing with it important lessons about friendship and courage. Awkward, endearing, and memorable, Shayla navigates the world of middle school and the troubled world beyond with wit and endless heart. The next book I have for you is by Jason Reynolds. He's one of my favorite authors of all time. If you want to read anything great, just read something by him. He wrote the Track series, for example, like Ghost and those books. This one is called Look Both Ways, A Tale Told in 10 Blacks by Jason Reynolds. It's another one of those books where it's a collection of short stories, kind of like that Ghost one I was telling you about, except these aren't so scary. Super realistic. So in each of the 10 stories, kids re-entering the neighborhood from their school day reveal their unique characteristics. In one, BFFs TJ and Jasmine find their years-long friendship getting them through parental separation, illness, and foster care. In another of the short stories, a group of 4 children, all cancer survivors, have been brought together by a school counselor. I didn't say they'd all be happy. Another story, a female skateboarder who is bullied, that's hard to say, brings relief to one of the other victims. A teen with signs of OCD meets another street musician who changes her outlook. So all of these characters are connected by place, people, incidents. However, each story has its own center, and readers learn a great deal about each character in just a few lines. So the next book that I have for you guys is very much not something that happens every day. It's called Not If I Save You First, and it's by Allie Carter. This one is a spy thriller. Maybe not a spy thriller, just a thriller. I don't know, maybe she's a spy. Anyways, Maddie Manchester's old life, including her best friend, the presidential son, Logan, has become a distant memory. That is, until Logan shows up at her door after one too many acts of rebellion for his parents' taste. Maddie is immediately thrust into a desperate hunt to save Logan from his kidnappers, armed with only her wits and know-how. Let's watch the book trailer for that. It does a bit better job being a bit more suspenseful. Told you it does a great job being suspenseful. So I have two more books for you. The first one is nonfiction. It's kind of crazy. And after that, after those two books, I'm going to show you, like I said, about how to use your library's 360 card. So the nonfiction book that I wanted to show you guys is called The King of Sting, and it is by Coyote Peterson. And guess what? We're going to watch one of his videos. So Coyote Peterson, the YouTube star, animal enthusiast, and creator of Brave Adventure series, has tracked down some of the world's most painfully stinging insects and chronicled getting stung by each of them on his YouTube channel. Coyote has saved the best, or possibly the worst, for last, and he's finally ready to share his experience with the most painful sting in the world, the executioner wasp, which I think is on the next slide. No, I can move the slides whenever. It's this guy. So, learn about these misunderstood creatures in The King of Sting. Here is his own book trailer. Let's check it out.
And we are rolling. What's going on, Coyote Pack? And welcome to a special episode of Base Camp, because today we are announcing the release of my newest book. Are you guys ready? I proudly introduce to you The King of Sting. Talk about a year's worth of hard work, and actually more than a year, because it's taken almost 3 years for me to be stung by all of these creepy crawly insects. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Now when it comes to the actual creation of the book, this is something that I am so incredibly proud of. My team did a phenomenal job bringing this thing to life. Full color pages, which include screen grabs from all of your favorite episodes, and then of course, these amazing illustrations. Look at that, giant desert hairy scorpion, and then of course one of my favorite, check this out. Oh, absolutely love this one. The tarantula hawk flying over the Sonoran Desert.
Last but not least, we have Charlie Hernandez in The League of Shadows by Ryan Caleo. In this one, Mexican-born, American-raised Charlie Hernandez just grew horns and feathers, and it's not convenient. He's already feeling alone since his parents disappeared after their South Florida house burned down, and he started living with Mrs. Wilson, an older woman who collects creepy-looking dolls. Of course. When the very cute, very cool Violet Ray discovers his secret, She becomes his unlikely companion as Charlie discovers a map inside of an old locket, all he has left from his mother, that leads to a cemetery. All of a sudden, all the Hispanic, both Latin American and Iberian myths that he learned from his abuela leave the world of legend and reveal themselves in Miami, and everyone, good and bad, seems to be after Charlie. So, those are the books that I have for you guys. As promised, I'm going to follow this up with a how-to with your Libraries 360 card. So, let's switch over to that. The next thing I want to do is show you guys how to access books with your Libraries 360 card. So you're going to need your Libraries 360 card. You're going to need your password and the device that you want to log in with. And then you guys have these steps available for you. At the bottom under the slide, if you've got that, is a link to a whole tutorial online that could be very helpful. So, but like I said, you're just going to need your Libraries 360 card. You're going to need your password and the device you're signing in on. So let's go over to the computer. I don't want to be on there yet. That's where we're going. I need to show you how to get there. So we're going to go to libraries360.org. That is the URL at the bottom of your card on the front. And this will be everything for kids at the library. So if you come here, you can see a bunch of school things, such as the elementary catalog and the middle school and high school catalog. So let's go there, because we're looking for middle school books. Let's zoom out a bit. No, zoom in a bit. Cool. Anyways, we're here. Let's log in. So logging in is up here in this corner. And you're going to sign in with your barcode. Your barcode is on the back of your Libraries 360 card. And then your password. Ooh, Charlie Hernandez and League of Shadows is a really cool book. Let's check it out. This book is perfect for kids who love Rick Riordan's many series. The Olympians is an example of that. You guys might have read that. A Winner of All Kinds will be especially loved by Latinx and Hispanic families. Awesome. Yeah, Charlie Hernandez and the League of Shadows. Let's check it out. So when I click on this, it's going to go to my school. If you go to a school where it doesn't get delivered to your school, it'll go to a library location. So you'll be aware of that. Cool, so now it's going to come to me. I can also search for other books because I want something else to find. Let's look up New Kid. I really like New Kid. So this one's not available, so it won't come right away. But if I place a hold from here, or if I go into the catalog, I can place a hold there, and then it'll show up at my school. I already have a hold on it because this is my second time doing this. So, and then like I said, you can get to the books by clicking on those links over here. So if I click on this one, it'll take me to the ebook for The Girl Who Drank the Moon. That wants me to place a hold, so I can place a hold on that. And then I'll get an email when my ebook is available. All of the books for Name That Book are going to be available to everybody all the time. I picked some good copies and some cool titles. So watch out for my next book talk, because that'll probably be most or all of the Name That Book titles. And all of those are going to be available to everybody. So that was my book talk for today. Let's transition back to there. Thank you guys for watching it. If you're following along with the slides presentation that I made, you can go back through it again and read more reviews. You can click on those links like I showed you. And there's videos for most of the books. The videos are fun to watch. They can be really inspiring to help you get excited to read too. Yeah, you guys have a great day and a great rest of your school year. Take it easy. Bye-bye.